The summary that I am about to read to you explains the MSISDN, the person that it was recurred to, from the start date to the end date, and that is actually a short form of this big document of 282 pages. We start off with the first transaction of 071. The start, Rica date, 16 August 2009, 160835 to 15 October 2014, 000234 was Rica to. Those details can be found on page 9 of the big document. Thereafter, between the period 18 March 2011, 150924 to 0101 2050, 000000 seconds, it belonged to, and this information can be found on pages 10 to 17.
My Lord, before the witness proceeds to read the entire summary, can I just inquire from my colleagues if they are disputing this information as opposed to the witness reading the whole document?
We didn't discuss it yesterday. On Friday.
My Lord, we did agree on the summary of this document, but on whether they are disputing it or not, we did not go to that extent.
So what's the defense view?
No, if I understood, when we last were in court, it was that this only relates to accused number 5. I'm not sure whether it's still the case. Yes.
Yes, indeed, my Lord, it relates to accused number 5.
Ms. Mshololo.
My Lord, may the witness read the content of this exhibit, because there is no consent to this information.
There's no
consent or admission to this information. It has been summarized, my Lord.
Now the question is it being disputed? Am I correctly quoting you, sir? So what is the answer? Is it being disputed? If it is disputed, fine.
Let the witness read the information contained in this exhibit into the record. That's my submission.
So it's disputed?
Yes, my Lord.
Okay, this is disputed. Yes, Mr. Ngumalo? Is it disputed?
My Lord, it may be read into the record. I see no problem.
Is it disputed? Why don't you answer the question? Not must it be read into the record. I'm just asking, is it disputed? Because you can read something into the record which is disputed, and you can read something into the record which is not disputed.
It relates to accused number 5, so I will not have received any instructions, my Lord, whether it is disputed or not.
Mr. Mnisi, is it disputed?
I plead no contest, my Lord.
What's that? Is it disputed?
That is what I'm trying to say, my Lord, that I plead no contest.
So you don't dispute, neither do you admit?
Yes, my Lord, because as the state indicated, the information that is exclusively in the knowledge of accused number 5.
Right. Mr. Ramusepedi?
My Lord, on behalf of accused number 2, I don't have any instructions. So
go take instructions. Normally you go there. When you don't have instructions, you normally go there. Take instructions.
My Lord, it relates to accused number 5, so I've got no instructions whether to, even if I go there, it won't affect us, my Lord. So
is it?
It's in the purview and the prerogative of accused number 5's advocate. If she disputes, then it must be read in record.
I thought you told me that you guys are appearing as a team. Am I quoting you?
Correct, so my Lord, but
okay, fine.
We don't consult as a team because we've got various mandates.
But you appear as a team, but you don't consult as a team. I've seen evidence which primarily concerns accused number 1, accused number 2's counsel, and number 3's counsel, and number 4's counsel, and number 5's counsel. They cross-examine. Am I correct?
My Lord, correctly, because we are under the umbrella of common purpose for all the charges.
Yes. Mr. Mgomezo, is it being disputed?
My Lord, I find no reason to dispute this.
Okay. Right. Unfortunately, there's no contest. and read it into the record,
We then
and
move
it is not disputed. Fine. Yes, sir.
I will proceed to lead the witness. Yes, we are still busy with the second line.
You know what, Mr. Interpreter, I'm going to suggest that let the witness read all this information in English. Because can you imagine if he reads, for instance, 26, 04, 29, 9, 19, 10. Uzothi shiyagalombili nesithupha. Hey, hey, hey. Are you with me? Yeah, we'll take the whole day. All right, so, but you'll read it to them after that. Okay.
My Lord, can I suggest that we adjourn until tomorrow because it's now 9 minutes to 1.
Is it?
Do not have any purpose for the witness to read out this and then the interpreter interprets tomorrow.
Are you available tomorrow?
Yes, I am, my
I'm
lord.
not going to the inauguration.
If they allow me there, I shall be there.
There's a suggestion that we should adjourn until tomorrow because it's 9 minutes to. And yet, Mr. Baloyi said, you guys are having a consultation with the ballistic expert at 2 o'clock. Hello? Okay, so we'll come back tomorrow then at 10.
So I want to remind you of a time when we were very, very happy that the Vodacom expert was coming to the stand. We anticipated so much that we would learn so much and that she would give so much information. But it turns out she's here to do just the reading, okay? She's not providing any kind of professional insight for us to grasp onto, okay? It is not there. It has been a very painful couple of weeks where there's just been reading of this and this and this. So now, in my previous video yesterday, if you didn't catch it, that previous video, it seems, people are asking questions in the comment section, which is, does it matter how many girlfriends Bongani Ntanzi had? Why is this trial seeming like it is now a trial for polygamy? Are we in a polygamy trial, or are we really and truly trying to find out who killed SENZO MEYIWA? I really hope that during that adjournment, Sibanda took time to ask himself those very questions of, what is it exactly you're doing? What is your goal? Where are we going with this? And what is the point? I still don't know the point. But if you get the point, please make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're there, please remember to begin by liking the video. I absolutely love it when you share a like on my channel, because what that does, it helps the channel grow. It tells the algorithm that, hello, this is the place to be, right here at Mzansi Unfiltered. But I digress. So in this video, pretty short and sweet, they went for break. Yeah, they went for break, or was it lunch? I can't remember anymore. And then they came back, and then, they did adjourn, and then they came back, and then Pinky was now reading her affidavit back again into the record, because she has many affidavits, okay? She has numerous affidavits, and she has to keep reading them, and all of them start the same, and they all sound the same. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed, did you see Ngomezulu? I don't know what he was doing, because I don't know how he uses his device. He was on his iPad, I'm guessing, and he's just flipping that thing over and over. What, do you think he was playing a game? I can assure you, even Judge Rica, there's a moment where he starts daydreaming as well. I mean, that was boring. But I'm here for you guys, and I'm here to just summarize it all up for you to tell you what happened. So basically, Pinky, after reading the beginning pages of her affidavit, she's now ready to go into the Rica document, okay? And she's ready. That Rica document has, wait for it, 282 pages of Rica, like, ma'am. And the first name that she drops and the first phone number is like, what are you talking about? What are we doing? Who are these people? And what do they have to do with the murder of SENZO MEYIWA? And do you know what is painful? It is how she is dropping those names. Okay, it reminds me of when one of the Gaba brothers was mentioned in the AKA trial. Like his name was just dropped. Oh, like he's the source of the 800,000 K. Like they don't even give you advance notice. Like they don't call you in advance to say, hey, we're going to talk about you in court today. No. You'll be watching there. Probably some people are watching with their families, their co-workers, their friends, their girlfriends. And next thing, your phone number is read into the record. And your name is said out loud. Now, that is absolutely crazy to me. So then they started to go through the names, okay? And then, you know what, at some point, Baloyi whispers to Svanda, thank goodness for that moment of sanity from Baloyi once again. And Svanda goes, my lord, I need to find out from my colleagues if they are disputing this entire document because, you know, so that we don't have to read it. If they're not disputing it, we won't have to read it. We'll just, you know, exercise section 220. And if you still don't know what section 220 is, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do a separate video on just that. But I've explained it before in my previous video. But let me know if you are not familiar with section 220, okay? So, let's keep going. And then Spanda goes, yeah. And then Mshololo stands up. And then she says, well, if it's for accused number 5. And he goes, and Spanda says, yes, it is for accused number 5. Then Mshololo says, there is no contest to this information. And then Rata said, is it being disputed though? If it is disputed, then fine. And then Mshololo says, let the witness read it into the record. You know, these people have been so accustomed to reading. Let them just do just that. You go right ahead and read it. Because, you know, Mshololo is the attorney for accused number 5. So what she says in this case has to go. But guess what Judge Rata does? Remember, Spanda confirmed it's just for accused number 5. Mshololo represents accused number 5. And Mshololo says, read it into the record. Judge Rata didn't want to listen to this. And so he goes, I'm a plea to the defense. I'm a plea to the rest of the defense team. Somebody's got to rescue me because I don't want to sit through this nonsense any further. Right? So Rata says, so is it disputed? And Mshololo, like, she totally ignores him. Like, Mshololo does not give Judge Rata time anymore. Like, she already gave her answer. What are you still asking? I already told you. Read it into the record. Ngumalo, is this being disputed? And Ngumalo goes, first of all, we haven't heard Ngumalo's voice in a minute. He's really there, okay? He is really there. And he says, you know what? This is none of my business. It's got to do with accused number 5. If Mshololo says read it, you read it, okay? And that is it. Judge Rata goes, so it's disputed. Like, why can't you people answer the question? Then he goes over to Nisi, and Nisi says, well, I plead no contest, my lord. Now, if there's one thing about Nisi, he's got that English locked down to a T, okay? And then Judge Rata says, so you mean you don't dispute or acknowledge? Okay, I hear you. I hear your chat. And so then we go to Judge Rata and Ramasipili. Like, the energy that Ramasipili was displaying here, I would have loved it for him to have displayed it when it came to accused number 2's girlfriend this and that, phone number this and that, mother, Sisi Lesedi, the Naledis, Gogo, all those names that were just thrown, and he just let those things go in the record. He just let it happen. And then at the end he says, I've let this go on long enough. Woo! You know what? I don't know. I'll wait for cross-examination before I give my final assessment. But at this point, yes, I'm disappointed in Ramasipili. I truly am. And that's my opinion and how I feel about how he carried himself when it came time for his client. Anyway, did I digress again? Let's get back to what was happening here with these Rica records that are 282 pages. So Rata says to Ramasipili, what about you? And Ramasipili says, on behalf of accused number 2, I have no instructions on what to do when it comes to accused number 5. Rata said, finally, I can latch on to something because these people were not giving me any meat. Rata says, well, go and get the instructions. That's what you always do, don't you? When you don't have instructions, you go and get the instructions. So you go and get the instructions. Ramasipili said, not today. I'm ready for you. And he says, And Rata says, I thought you told me you guys appear as a team. And Ramasipili says, we do appear as a team, but we do not consult as a team because we have various mandates, okay? So stop with the drama. Stop with the drama, Rata. We're not in this, okay? We've had a very peaceful 2 weeks. Don't pick on me. And Rata says, I've seen evidence where you guys cross-examine for accused number 1, and he goes into this whole list. Like, Rata, clearly he's been bored, okay? He's been bored with Pinky, and finally he gets some meat and he can tackle the defense team. But do you know what Ramasipili says? He says, yes, correct. We do cross-examine for some of the other witnesses, for the other accused. Yeah, we do. That's not a surprise. And you know why we do that? Mr. I have 50 years experience. We are under the umbrella of common charge or common purpose. So stop it and behave yourself. So anyway, now that he's put in his place and Ramasipili held it down. You know what? I absolutely love that. I love that. And then Rata just ignores Ramasipili and says, Mr. Ngomezulu. And Mr. Ngomezulu, true to his form, since the last time he said, you're colluding with the state. All he said to Judge Rata, like Ngomezulu is not giving him anything to go by. All he said is, my lord. Okay. I wish the camera was focused on him at that moment. He said, my lord, I find no reason to dispute this. And he sits right back down. Woo! Total silence, okay? Rata had nothing to grasp on, okay? Nothing. And then what does Rata say? He turns to the witness and he goes, right. So, unfortunately... What does he mean, unfortunately? You see, I told you guys at the beginning that he didn't want to listen through all this. So he now says to the witness, unfortunately, there is a no contest. There is read it into the record and it is not disputed. So I guess what you're going to have to do, Pinky, you're going to have to read that into the record. And Sibanda is like devastated. Remember, he's the one who paused to ask, you know what, I'm not sure if these guys are contesting this, but then Rata speaks about, I thought you guys spoke about this on Friday. And I'm like, oh, is that why they disappeared Friday? Remember Friday they went for lunch and they never came back. No, they went for the short break and they never returned, never said a word. That was it. They were gone, disappeared, poof. So that's what was happening. It had to do with this Rica business. But Sibanda's like, well, okay, fine. I'll proceed to lead the witness. Like, you could tell the sense of devastation, like, we gotta do this. It's your stuff. You brought it, okay? We don't understand why it's here, but you brought it. At some point, one day, we'll find out where you're going with this. And then, okay, Rata says, wait, Mr. Interpreter, you're just gonna have to sit this one through. We're not doing that. We're not doing your numbers game. We're not doing listening to you. You're so disruptive. You're gonna interpret this to them. Okay, he says them. You're going to interpret this to them at the end. And Sibanda latches onto that and he says, my lord, may I suggest that we adjourn because there's no point. It is 9 past 1. There's no point that we start this and then we're going to adjourn anyway, because guess what's happening at 2 p.m.? Or should I say, guess what happened at 2 p.m.? Whoo! The defense had a consultation with their ballistic expert. So sounds to me that legal aid has approved that ballistic expert bill, that, okay, we're getting a ballistic expert, a different opinion of a different ballistic expert who's coming back, who's in high demand. And, you know, the last time we were excited, it was for Pinky. I'm holding off till he starts talking, and that's just me. But Mzansi, woo! I've got through how yesterday ended. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts on polygamy. Is this case the case of polygamy? Accused number 5's Rica records. What is it that Sibanda's trying to prove? Within 282 pages. As you can tell, that means we are not going to hear nothing from the defense until they return from their break, which is going to be in July. Oh my God. So that is it from me today, Mzansi. Thank you so much if you have watched the video thus far. Oh my goodness, you already know you're part of my VIP gang. I hope you watched the ads. I hope you didn't skip any of the ads. And Mzansi, let me also take an opportunity to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching from outside the club, what are you waiting for? Please do go ahead and subscribe. You already know you like it here. And you know what? It's a very, very safe space. You know, I only have a few jailbirds, okay? I'm not like the Mshololo's who want to fill up their jailbirds, and I only have a few jailbirds, okay? I have a handful of people that I've had to terminate their attendance here in our comment section because, it was getting a lot. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not into the supervision thing, okay? I cannot supervise adults. If you cannot supervise yourself, you get yourself a speed pass to jail. But Mzansi, thank you so much. Remember to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I absolutely enjoy engaging with you in the comment section. And you know what? If you're a little bit shy, getting to know us, drop a hello, because when you don't comment, I don't know that you have watched the video. And please like the video. It is absolutely anonymous, okay? You can like the video, even though you spend your time saying, why they did kill SENZO MEYIWA. You can still like the video. Because, you know, we don't always have to agree. I just believe that even when we disagree, that we do it respectfully and not call each other names. And not just speaking for myself, but amongst ourselves within the comment section. I would really appreciate that. What else did I want to say? Oh my God, I'm talking the most. Also, hit the join button if you want to be part of my members to the channel. Okay, those are my close supporters. Make sure that you hit that join button. Where is it? Right there in the description box. It says join. Click it. Join the family. Okay. Subscription is absolutely free, but membership is very, very, very cheap. Okay, I promise not to rob you. I can't wait for you to join. And yeah, I have a few surprises. We won't have court next week, so I'll have a lot of time to work on the back end of a lot of stuff. So thank you so much. You know what? Let me end it here before I digress again. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like. Catch you where? On my next upload.